Ripple Counsel reacts to potential SEC lawsuit against Coinbase as Coinbase becomes the SEC's latest target. By the way, Ripple pumped a $10 million contribution into Mercy Corp Ventures in October 2020 through its Impact Initiative. What then will be the result of the facilitation, or is it a strategy by Ripple to ensure more partnership with more companies? Also, the XRP Ledger Foundation has now published a new UNL which now has a list of 36 validators after it made 3 additions from community-owned validators. Finally, to our big question of the day, did attorney John E. Deaton's prediction finally come true? Stick with me till the end to learn more. If this sounds like something of much interest to you, be sure to check out this new video starting now. Hello everyone and welcome to our channel, where we talk about the latest updates on XRP and the cryptocurrency world in general. If this is your first time watching one of our videos, we happily send you a special welcome. We invite you to hit on the notification bell so you never miss another video. We are announcing that this channel has a giveaway of 200 XRP. To stand the chance of participating, all you have to do is simply subscribe to the channel, like this video and comment with the hashtag XRP, and the winner will be announced on the 31st of March. Ripple Chief Legal Officer Stuart Alderoty has reacted to Coinbase receipt of a Wells notice from the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. For context, a Wells notice is a letter from the SEC that expresses the agency's belief that a company or individual has violated securities laws. Notably, it allows the recipient to respond to these claims to convince the market regulator otherwise, with the SEC having 6 months to decide whether or not to go forward with an enforcement action. Yesterday, Coinbase confirmed the receipt of this letter from the SEC. However, per the blog post authored by the crypto exchange's chief legal officer Paul Grewal, the notice offered little information for Coinbase to respond to. The letter taps an unspecified portion of tradable assets on the exchange, Coinbase staking service, Coinbase Prime, and its self-custody wallet as violating investor protection laws, per the disclosure. It follows an investigation into the crypto exchange last year. In addition, the regulator also claimed that 9 of the assets listed on the exchange were unregistered securities in a lawsuit against former Coinbase employee Shyam Wahi for insider trading charges. Notably, Coinbase to date maintains confidence in its asset listing process. Coinbase does not list securities, Grewal wrote in the blog yesterday. In addition, the crypto exchange has also maintained and frequently argued in recent weeks that its staking program does not represent an unregistered security offering. Recall that Coinbase competitor Kraken in February agreed to permanently stop its staking program for U.S. customers and pay a $30 million fine to settle charges from the SEC. Coinbase highlights that the threat of enforcement action comes even though the SEC, based on these same disclosures, approved its business and allowed it to become a publicly traded company in April 2021, days before SEC Chair Gary Gensler assumed office. In addition, the firm noted that it had met with SEC officials 30 times in the past 9 months in an attempt to register a portion of its business and resolve investigations. However, the SEC, which initially suggested this approach, ended the process in January after Coinbase claimed to have spent millions in legal fees to suggest suitable registration models, as none exists for crypto under the status quo. The SEC will not let crypto companies come in and register. We tried, Grewal surmised, alluding to Gensler's frequent speeches calling on crypto companies to register with the regulator. As highlighted in recent reports, the crypto exchange appears to have been preparing itself for a fight with the regulator in recent months. As recently reported, the crypto exchange changed its risk disclosure to indicate that it may decide not to remove a listed crypto asset even if the SEC declares it a security save a court ruling in the regulator's favor. While we understand that this is all part of the journey to reforming our financial system, we are right on the law, confident in the facts, and welcome the opportunity for Coinbase, and by extension the broader crypto community, to get before court, Coinbase Chief Executive Officer Brian Armstrong wrote in a Twitter thread yesterday. In a tweet today, Alderoty appears to throw his weight behind the leading crypto exchange, quoting the ancient proverb, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend." The Ripple CLO retweeted Grewal's response to the SEC's Wells notice moments later. Ripple remains tied in an ongoing lawsuit with the market regulator over whether XRP is an unregistered security offering. In the fight that the blockchain payments company touted as an attack against the entire nascent market, it received support from Coinbase in the form of an amicus brief. As highlighted by consensus lawyer Bill Hughes, we are likely also to see a flurry of amicus briefs in support of Coinbase should the SEC decide to proceed with an enforcement action. Judging from Alderoty's reactions and past antecedents, it would be unsurprising to see Ripple amongst Coinbase supporters. Meanwhile, Hughes expressed the belief that the potential legal battle would go on for years if the SEC proceeds with enforcement, enduring beyond Gensler's reign. According to the attorney, this will likely result from disputes over facts, tapping it to appeal. Crypto law founder attorney John E. Deaton, who predicted this outcome in July reacting to the development, slammed the SEC as a complete and utter disgrace. The attorney asserted that he is angered and saddened by the regulator's conduct. In a follow-up tweet, the attorney asserted that believers in a free market system would be disgusted by the SEC's conduct. The future of the nascent market in the U.S. remains shrouded in uncertainty. In the wake of the Terra and FTX collapse, regulators, particularly the SEC, appear to have launched an industry-wide crackdown. Conversely, market participants continue to call for clear market guidance. We will be discussing attorney John E. Deaton's prediction later on in the video. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to XRP. Mercy Corp Ventures recently disclosed that Ripple had played a pivotal role in helping them invest in an extensive list of 42 portfolio companies spanning 23 countries worldwide. The disclosure underscores Ripple's expanding impact in the tech and finance industries as it works to bring financial inclusion to everyone. Scott Under, the chief investment officer of Mercy Corp Ventures, revealed the development in an interview session with the Ripple team. According to Under, the majority of the companies it has invested in with Ripple's support were founded by females, highlighting the venture capital firm's dedication to promoting female-founded businesses. Under further noted that these investments have considerably impacted the companies in question, as they have collectively reached a noteworthy customer base of 15.5 million individuals with valuable products and services. The firms have also attracted $396 million in subsequent financing. Notably, Mercy Corp Ventures made inroads into Kenya via a pilot program in collaboration with Acre Africa and EtherSec. The initiative aimed to harness the power of smart contract functionality to offer weather index insurance to over 12,000 farmers. Looking ahead, Under outlined the organization's objectives for 2023, which include supporting the development of business resilience in companies with diverse teams. Additionally, Mercy Corp Ventures plans to integrate a climate-focused approach to help these businesses withstand future pressures. Under emphasized the importance of cryptocurrency and blockchain solutions in tackling pressing issues, including enhancing financial inclusion for the unbanked, responding to humanitarian crises, and mitigating climate change. He further revealed that Mercy Corp Ventures aims to harness these innovative technologies to address these challenges, and Ripple has been instrumental in supporting this vision. Following the promotion and investments into blockchain solutions, Under disclosed that blockchain had provided significant results in enhancing climate resilience, especially in sub-Saharan Africa. Ripple's collaboration with the organization started in October 2020 when the Silicon Valley firm made a contribution worth $10 million to Mercy Corp Ventures. The contribution was part of Ripple's Impact Initiative. Through the initiative, Ripple plans to establish partnerships with organizations and companies across the globe to create a more equitable, sustainable, and inclusive economy. Now to our big question of the day: has attorney John E. Deaton's prediction finally come true? In July, crypto law founder and pro-XRP attorney John Deaton predicted that the United States Securities and Exchange Commission would eventually sue the U.S.-based crypto exchange before the end of the year, naming Coinbase and Binance US as potential targets. It seemed likely that it would happen as just a day later, the SEC, in a complaint against former Coinbase employee Sean Wahi, alleged that 9 assets traded on the crypto exchange were unregistered securities. In addition, the regulator launched investigations into the publicly traded exchange. However, the year came to an end, and nothing happened. Deaton stuck to his prediction, carrying it over to 2023. It is a prediction that has come true in part with recent SEC enforcement actions against Gemini and Kraken. But the attorney has maintained that the SEC would go after an exchange for offering unregistered securities for trading. Most recently, the attorney reiterated this view as he expressed confidence that the controversial Hinman documents would become publicly accessible, regardless of what happens in the Ripple case. For context, the SEC enforcement actions against US-based exchanges so far have revolved around yield and staking products and not around tokens offered by the exchanges, at least until this week. As highlighted in a report today, the SEC has issued a Wells notice to Coinbase. The notice expressed the SEC's belief that an unspecified portion of its listed assets, Coinbase Earn, its staking program, Coinbase Prime, and its non-custodial wallet violated investor protection laws. Today's report explains that a Wells notice informs a firm or individual of the SEC's belief that the receiver has violated securities law. It allows the recipient to try to convince the commission otherwise. From the moment a Wells notice is issued, the SEC has a 6-month window to decide whether or not to pursue enforcement action in court. So while Deaton's prediction has technically not come true yet, it seems more likely than ever as the SEC attempts to assert jurisdiction over the nascent market one enforcement action at a time. The attorney described the SEC's conduct as disgraceful, responding to the Wells notice and Coinbase response today. So we come to the end of this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, you can help enlighten others just like you have been enlightened by sharing this video to as many people as possible. Let's get this news everywhere, guys. If you are a true cryptocurrency fan, don't miss any of our content. See you tomorrow to talk about the latest news that concerns us all as a community.